That looks like Michael Moore.
Welcome in.
We'll just, have him come in. Hi.
The fact you said hi before you got in.
Michael Moore. No, I was saying hi out the window.
That is Michael Moore, live on the Opie and Anthony Show. Capitalism, a love story. How are you, sir?
What's going on in the hall out here? I mean, those people used to be in offices, and now their desks are out in the hall.
It's all these cuts. All the cuts that have gone on. The merger.
I mean, seriously, people, you can't see this here, but it looks like a sweatshop out there.
No offices anymore. It is. Actually, there are young Asian children sewing shirts for JCPenney right around the corner.
Can you do a documentary on that? Radio shows that get fucked in a merger? That'd be
That would be a good one.
That should be your next project. We met you at some Beatles thing a few years back. I don't know if you remember.
That's right. That's right.
I forgot what it was.
It was the anniversary of the Beatles being on Ed Sullivan. It was the 40th anniversary.
I thought it was the Pete Best got fucked party, but
we were out of work. I think. At that point.
We were. Yeah.
Right. You just I think you'd gone to confession for your sins or something like that.
Something bad had happened.
Yeah.
But now I want to get right into the movie here. Capitalism, a love story.
Yes.
And now, obviously, you're very sarcastic with your titles. What is this about?
It's a love story. It's about the rich who love their money. Except the twist now is they love our money too, and they want it.
Now, do you actually see that as the rich loving their money? Now, is there a problem with the rich loving their money? That seems to me to be the American dream. You make the money, you get to keep it. It's part of capitalism, which, a love story. But you make money, you're able to keep it. It's nice. Unfortunately, I think more so the government loves our money. Think.
That's not what's happening.
Really?
No. First of all, the American dream is not about loving your money. The American dream is being able to work hard and then get paid a good wage for working hard. And with that good wage, raise a family, be able to buy your own home, send the kids to college, and have something there for yourself when you retire. That is the American dream. But now, the new American dream is you work hard, the company prospers, and you lose your job. And so a lot of people are very cynical about this now. And unfortunately, a lot of people just sort of checked out from the system because they think, well, what's the use? They're all lying to me and,
Now, I'll never deny the fact that there are plenty of corporations with corporate CEOs and whatnot that are just despicable asses. I mean, really, they rape their employees. But your comment earlier, though, on the American dream, I see that, obviously, yes, the American dream. But I don't see this need to suffer and the worrying part of it. Even people that are getting by, I don't see this need to sit there and go, let me balance the checkbook and see that. If you can achieve a place in this country where you are wealthy, you are now villainized. You are a villain in this nation because you have achieved more of the American dream, and you are looked at as someone.
It? It's because how they achieved it, and it's not just because they're wealthy. None of us would disparage anyone who works hard for their money, or
I think
I want the brain surgeon to be paid a lot. I don't want a guy working on me where he can make Taco Bell wages.
Very good.
But in my movie, I show you airline pilots who I interview.
Yeah, Opie was telling me about that.
Who are paid between $16,000 to $20,000 a year.
They got second jobs. They have food stamps.
They walk dogs,
and
they give blood, plasma to make extra money.
That point. And
they're all woozy as they're flying.
And they're flying
30,000
feet.
But these are people who work for Delta, United, American. These aren't little tiny operations here, and I think if people realized just how, I think people actually do realize, because most people in the last decade have been asked to give back, cut your benefits, cut your days off, cut your wages, or cut you. And we now have unemployment of officially about 10%. It's probably unofficially closer to 20%. And if you notice in the last few months, as the unemployment rate has gone up, so has the Dow Jones. The stock market has recovered because Wall Street loves it when people lose their jobs.
Now, why would that be?
Because, and it's stupid thinking. It's short-term thinking. Short-term, it means what's the biggest expense here? Your employees. always in any business, is the employees. So when you say, I'm going to save money by getting rid of these people, and I'll make the remaining people work twice as hard, or out in the hallway in this case, then the Wall Street goes, oh, wow, the bottom line is going to look good this quarter. And it does. It looks really good. But in the long term, if you lay all these people off, who's going to buy the cars? Who's going to buy the big screen TVs? Who's going to, buy these things that are supposed to put other people to work making them?
I understand that, but does it always have to be based on this corporate greed, and could it ever be blamed on...
You are so Rodney King on this, aren't you? Can't we all just get along?
No,
Why do we always have to blame the rich guy?
No, I'm just saying, can it ever be blamed on economic, just your basic, over the years, the ups and downs of the economy? We're obviously in a low. Does it have to, do you have to stick the blame on a company, CEO, someone?
Yeah. Yes. Because the greed of the last decade, all they've done is focus on how to make money off money, how to move money around, then take bets on the money, then take bets on the bets, then take out insurance on the bets. That's how they've been building up this sort of illusion of wealth. And instead, what they could have been doing during this time is old school way. Let's make things. Let's come up with the next light bulb. Let's come up with the next internet. And when we do, we put people to work. And then we will reward you for having done that. If you give 1,000 people jobs, I want you to be paid well for that. But that's not what these guys are doing down on Wall Street.
You don't see a huge jump in the technology sector in the past decade? I mean, I think it's been giant leaps and bounds.
If we hadn't had that, seriously, considering what happened after the 80s and the deindustrialization of this country, closing these factories,
right.
What would have happened had we not? But what I'm saying is, that was the 90s, what you're talking about. That was the great boom,
right.
And into the first part of this decade. But now we're in this really bad recession. In some states, like where I'm from in Michigan, it's a depression because the unemployment rate is 20%. What do we need right now to pull ourselves out of it? Well, we need the next great thing. Where is it? How are we going to get it? Because Wall Street has sucked up our best minds. The number one job that kids take when they graduate from Harvard, MIT, Duke, all the top schools, number one job, finance. Finance. So Wall Street is hiring not people who graduate with an economics degree or a business degree. They are hiring our top physicists, mathematicians, engineers, the scientists, the people that we need to find the cure for cancer or to build that bullet train that can get us from New York to L.A. in 10 hours.
Michael, hold on. One thing that was going, AIG, I think, raised, it really got people angry. Like, that was a chance. It was like Madoff. It was, you could finally put a face on what people just saw as this anonymous greed. How much money was given to AIG? Because somebody told me I was wrong for crucifying them. And what was supposed to be done with that money, and how much of it was actually given to their executives and not kind of given out the way they implied it would be?
$172 billion was given to AIG, and the New York Times reported yesterday, doesn't look like they're going to be able to pay it back. And they gave there were I think I don't have the statistics right in front of me.
172 billion or million?
172 billion.
Okay.
Billion.
Build.
And then they gave out, you're right, they gave out billions of dollars in bonuses after they took our money. And then they gave like say 10 billion to Goldman Sachs because they had insurance policies on the money that Goldman Sachs lost. But Goldman Sachs had already taken 10 billion of the bailout money. So they double dipped. So you've got this really kind of sick and twisted situation going on here where, I mean, seriously, guys, we all have some crazy brother-in-law or uncle who doesn't know how to live within his means, right? I mean, is always in need of money, coming in for a loan, and you keep giving him money, and then finally you got to say, dude, you've got to get it together. I can't keep giving you money. But that's not how we treated Wall Street. The crazy brother-in-laws down there just blew everybody's pension fund, everyone's 401ks, everybody, just like the money just vaporizes, and then they come to us, the people who they lost the money from, and say, hey, give me some more. And you know what did we do? Our representatives, what did they do? They wrote them a blank check. Here. And they didn't say, there's no accountability. You don't have to say what you're using it for. Pay it back when you can. There's no time limit. Could you imagine go to a bank and getting a car loan like that? I mean, it's just absolutely
would be nice.
Absolutely insane.